my channel. Today I have a special guest. This is my 6-year-old granddaughter Ava, and she's going to be helping me today. Say hi to everyone, Ava.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, so what we're going to do today, we're making shrimp creole. And Ava's going to be my assistant today. She's going to help me get started with the shrimp creole. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is show you all the ingredients we have to make shrimp creole. Shrimp creole is usually it's a New Orleans recipe that is really good, really tasty, and it's made with a red sauce. So today we're going to be showing you all the ingredients we're going to use to make our shrimp creole. So we just want you to follow along. Okay, we're going to show you the ingredients. Here are the ingredients we're going to put in. We're going to use a spoon of butter, and we're going to saute our shrimp in butter first of all. We're going to use salt, pepper, garlic powder, parsley, 1 whole large onion, green onions, a green pepper, garlic, and I'm going to use about 6 cloves of garlic, fresh garlic, tomato sauce, and those are the ingredients we're going to use. So what we do first is we're going to saute our shrimp in butter sauce. So we put in our butter first, which is like 1 spoon of butter. Close the top. And while the butter is melting, we're going to cut up the seasoning. And this is what we're going to first do. We're going to cut our onion. We like to cut it pretty small. We don't like big chunks of onion, so we're going to cut it up. And we cut it up pretty small. As you can see, it's not very big. It's cut up pretty small. And what we're going to do is we're just going to put it aside as we cut it up into this dish, this plate right here. Just put it aside into the plate. All right, you're gonna put it aside into the plate. Cut up the other side. And it's really a really good onion because it's kind of burning my eyes as we cut it up. So that means it's very potent. It's a good onion. So we're cutting up all the onion into small pieces. Not too small, but small enough that we can saute it down with the shrimp. Put it into we're gonna put it, slice it and cut it off and put it in this plate. Wow, we're gonna put it all in a plate. All right, then we're gonna cut up our sweet pepper. And I have 1 whole sweet pepper, and we're going to cut that into small pieces as well. Small pieces of sweet pepper.
I smell the onions.
Okay. Not too small, but just small enough that it will kind of dissolve inside of the shrimp gravy. So cut it up. just gonna put it in the same plate with the onion, the fresh onion. Just put it in this plate here with the fresh onion. Just let it sit aside for a minute. Cut up the other side, the other piece. Cut this all up. Into small pieces. Not too small, but small enough that we have it all together in a nice pile. All right, we're gonna put it in the plate with the onion, just to put it aside for a second. All right, then we're gonna take our green onion, which is the green onion, and we're gonna take the tips off the back of each one. We wanna take the tips off. And we're not going to use all of the green part, but we will use some of the green part just to give it a little flavor. But we take it off the tips. As you can see, I'm cutting off all the tips of the onion with this stem. Okay. And we're going to cut those into really, really small pieces, as small as I could possibly get them. If you could see in the camera. Cut up all the small pieces. And as I said, I'm going to use some of the green, but not all of it. Just a little bit of the green, just for the flavor of it. So I think that's about enough of the green that I want in my food. So that's it. Cut it all up. We're gonna get rid of this for right now. Now we're gonna put that in with the onions and the sweet pepper. And just pull it all in together. Again, it's all sitting there. The next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna stir this butter to make sure it's softened into the pan. And once it's soft in the pan, then I'm going to put my shrimp in. As soon as the butter is totally melted, I will put in the shrimp. But in the meantime, I'm gonna cut up my garlic, close the garlic. I always take the little tips off of my garlic because I don't like the tips on it. And I guess I cut one at a time just to get it finely chopped. Okay. And as I cut up the garlics, I chop it all up, get it finely chopped. Okay, I am cutting up my garlic, continually cutting it up into small pieces. And as I told you earlier, I have 6 cloves of garlic that I'm using. I like a lot of garlic flavor because it brings out the flavor in the food. So we're using a 6, not too big. They're not too big of garlic slices that you can see. They're just pretty small cloves of garlic. And I'm just cutting them all up. And I got 6 of them, so just cutting up these little garlics up. And all right. Now, I cut up the garlic. Now the next thing is to take the shrimp, which is not a lot of shrimp because I'm making a very small portion of shrimp creole. And they have already been cleaned. They have been deveined, peeled, deveined, and cleaned. So they're all ready to go. But remember to always devein your shrimp because it's something, just makes it cleaner and neater and better for you. So we've done that, cleaned and deveined all this shrimp. And now I'm gonna put them in. If you can see, I'm putting them in the pot. And what we do at that point, put this aside, is we're gonna just saute the shrimp down in the butter, which is 1 cup of butter, as I told you. And I'm gonna add a teaspoon of salt, of pepper. This is pepper, so add a teaspoon of pepper. And I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of salt. One, 2. So I got 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper, and I'm just gonna keep sauteing it until the shrimp looks about done. When the shrimp looks a little bit closer to being just pink, you know when shrimp is cooking it turns pink. So when it looks pinkish, then I will add all my seasoning here. As you can see, I have fresh onion, fresh pepper, green pepper, fresh green onion, and garlic. And I'm gonna add all that to the shrimp in about a minute. Just wanna make sure it gets a little cooked before I add the seasoning. And then I'm gonna let it finish cooking in the pot with the seasoning until it all becomes kind of sauteed together. Okay. It's getting a little pink looking now, so as I do that, I will just continue to put my seasoning in here, which I think I'm ready to put the seasoning in. And I'm gonna let all this saute together. It's really a hefty bowl of seasoning, but that is what makes the flavor for the Creole etouffee. I said etouffee, but it's the same thing. Creole etouffee and Creole shrimp Creole, it's the same thing, but I like to call it shrimp Creole. Put in all my seasoning. As you can see, I poured in a whole thing of seasoning. And now I'm just gonna let this season, because my shrimp, they did turn pink. And I'm gonna let my shrimp and my seasoning just saute together inside this butter sauce. And that's what we're gonna do. And I'm gonna put in my garlic, fresh garlic as well. So all that seasoning is going to blend in together. Now, even though I put in fresh garlic, I also kind of like sometimes just kind of touch it up with a little bit of garlic powder. And just to give it an extra little garlic flavor. And then I'm gonna put in my parsley. I put parsley in as well. Again, some things are new and I haven't opened them yet, but parsley as well. And I'm gonna pour a little parsley in. It's dry parsley. You could use fresh parsley or you could use the dry parsley. Either one is pretty good. And then I stir that in, all in. And I let that cook down for a few minutes. And I'm not going to even probably put a top on it, which I'll get the top. top on it and let it kind of smother down together for a few minutes. Give it a few minutes to smother down together. And while it's doing that, I just want to talk to you a little bit about it. It's really a New Orleans recipe. I think when you come to New Orleans and you go into the French quarters, you probably are used to getting this. I make it at home a lot. My husband enjoys it. My grandchildren enjoys it. So I wanted to share that with you because I want you to be able to see some of the New Orleans type cuisines that we offer here, and to give you the recipes so you can try it at home as well. So I'm going to give this a few minutes to simmer. Okay, guys, I want you to see how I've let this simmer for about 15 minutes, just so that it gets soft. All the seasoning flavor gets mixed with the shrimp. So I'm going to show it to you right now, how it's just simmered really nice in the pan. All simmered down together as I stir it in. As you can see, all the seasoning is getting softer in the pan. Hope I have it. Yeah, there you go. You can see how it simmers. It's a little more seasoning than it is shrimp, but you can use as much shrimp as you like. In this case, I use more seasoning, but this is it. Now the next thing I'm going to do is pour in the tomato sauce and just let it cook for a while. So I'm going to pour this tomato sauce in so that you can see. Okay, so now I'm going to pour in the tomato sauce. Get it all out the jar. And whatever type of tomato sauce you prefer is what you can use. You can use your own tomato sauce that you like. And then, as you can see, I'm mixing it in with my seasoning. All mixed in with the seasoning. All right. Okay. Make sure I mix it all in. All right. And then what I'm going to add is my Creole seasoning, my Tony Satcheris, which is a nice flavor, Creole seasoning. I will add that in there. Just a couple of sprinkles of it, not much, but just to give it some flavor. All right, and then I stir that in to the pot. I will stir that in. Okay, and then I'm going to put in just 1 or 2 leaves of bay leaf. That gives it a nice little flavor as well. So I'll take a few, break them up, and hit them into the pot. 1, 2, another bay leaf. And as I put that in, I will stir that in as well. And then I will let it cook again for about 15 minutes before I think it's ready to serve. So I put back on the top, kind of turn my fire down a little bit, and just let it cook for a while. When it's all done, what I do after that, I cook rice. I made a rice, and I'm going to serve it with rice. So this is called shrimp creole. Okay, everyone, I'm finished. It took about 20 minutes to simmer, and I'm ready to serve it. So I'm going to let you see how it looks. it's complete, and I'm going to stir it up just so you can see how it looks. And now I'm going to serve it to my family. So, okay, I'm ready to serve. Okay. All right. Put it to the side or on the top. You can do it either way. Put it to the side. The rice is in the middle. And that's it. I'm serving it. As you can see, I'm serving it. Okay. Shrimp. Okay. As you can see, that's a finished product. It's shrimp. Okay. I have this, and this is the bread that we have to go with it. Give one to Keely. All right. In her, that's a whole meal. We have French bread with butter. French bread with butter on it. And I want you to see it. Yes. All right. Now I gotta fix some for my husband.
Granny is good, but it's a little spicy.
Mine's good too.
That's really good. Well, anyways,
This next song is called Drum.
No fighting.
Well, anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy watching my grandmother's recipe on how to make shrimp creole. And also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you can get notified every time you post the new video. Bye!